guys, thank you all for coming. Again, it's always a pleasure for us to be able to share what we do, share a little bit of our Jiu-Jitsu, our experience, and how we do things. Today, I want to show you guys one of my favorite techniques, a big part of my game. I'm going to be showing you how to use the leg drag. Okay, when you're passing the guard or sweeping, I'm going to explain to you what I have in mind when I'm fighting, and I'm trying to use this technique. Okay, so as I'm teaching the seminar, I want you guys to try and focus on my thought process. More important than memorizing the step-by-step of the technique, I want you guys to really understand what I'm thinking when I'm doing it. Okay? If you understand the idea, the concept, then it'll be much easier to actually learn the technique and apply it. Okay? Once you understand the concept, then you can go on to memorize different variations, the step-by-step of the technique. But as you're watching the technique and you're trying to understand, you need to be asking yourself why I'm doing that. And I'm going to be trying to explain to you why I do things. Why do I grab here? Or why do I move this way? Okay? So that's what's important, to understand the reason behind the move. Okay? First, I'm going to explain on top while I'm passing the guard. If I'm trying to get to side control, I'm going to always be facing his frame. He will always be pushing me using his arms. He's going to be using his legs. Okay, so for example, if I'm doing a Toriano pass, he's framing using his arms, and he's going to be using his legs to defend. Right? If I'm doing a knee slide, if I'm trying to get his half guard, same thing, he's going to frame, and he's going to be able to use his knees. He's going to be palming his legs. He's always defending. So when I'm passing his guard, my main goal is not to get to side control, is actually to try and avoid that situation where he's framing, or he's pushing me, or he's using his legs. So that's why I always try to place myself in this position. Okay. When I do this, when I get to the leg drag, you can see that his legs are not fighting against me. I mean, I'm actually able to push his legs out of the way. His guard is facing the other side. Right? Like right now, I'm passing to my right side, and his legs are to the other side. Okay? If I'm doing a Toriano pass, you can see it's different. You see how his legs are facing me? Okay? Again, I'm facing his frame, and I'm facing his legs. Just making sure you guys can hear well. Another thing that's really important to understand is that if I stop in his half guard, for example, when you're trying to do a knee slide, we face the situation a lot in training, sparring, right? He's able to use his legs and his hands to make me off balance. So if you think about it, every time that he's able to do something, it's because he's able to make me off balance. If he's going to sweep me, if he's going to catch a submission, if he's going to take my back, anything that he does, he needs to make me off balance, right? So he can attack me. And he's only able to do that if he's able to use his legs. He needs to use hooks. He needs to hook the leg, make me off balance. He needs to step on me and make me off balance. He can use his hook behind me, push me, make me off balance. Right? So if I focus on placing myself in this position, again, he's not able to attack. He's not able to make me off balance. Okay. So I'm trying to show you guys the benefits of placing yourself in this position. Because this is not side control. I do not pass this guard yet. I'm just beginning to build the pass or the back attack. Okay? So I want you guys to see this as your first step. When you accomplish this position, the leg drag, then you're going to begin to climb up to side control, climb up to the back, and eventually to the submission. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys a simple drill, okay, that you guys are going to do. So you learn how to place yourself in this position. You're gonna use a common situation, like sometimes you find yourself in the knee slide position like I was showing. Okay, he's using reverse de la riva or he's using half guard. And then you have the option to keep going through the half guard, trying to bounce. In which case, you're gonna face the situation I was just showing, frame, the person kicking you, pushing you, making you off balance. Or you have a different approach, where you start moving back and around the leg, and first you place yourself in the leg drag, and then you start moving forward. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So if I find myself here during the fight, okay, even if he's not using his hook, maybe you're just here, maybe you have one knee down, you know, we use different postures, so it doesn't matter which posture you use. You don't want to be with both knees on the mat, okay, because then you're going to get stuck in the closed guard. So you have to have at least one knee up. So if I have one knee up, I can have one knee up, one knee down, I can post the leg, I can post the leg like this, however you feel more comfortable. Okay. Instead of trying to go through his guard, okay, that's the detail. I'm gonna go around his leg and then under his leg. Okay, so I'm gonna hug his leg. Okay, you can hug, you can make a grip here, you can grab the pants, you can grab the belts. My goal in doing this is to make sure that he's not using his feet. Okay? That's another concept you need to be thinking about. The first one I was trying to explain is the benefit of the leg drag. Pushing the guard to that side, making sure his guard, which is his biggest asset, his legs right now, right? His own bottom. It's facing the wrong side. I'm passing this way, the guard's facing that way. Okay? And then the second concept is making sure that he doesn't use his feet. He wants to use his feet. He's stronger, he has more leverage, he's more powerful if he can do that. Right? Think like he's stepping me, he makes me off balance. He pushes my arm away, he catches the submission. Okay. If I can make sure that he doesn't use his feet, I push his feet down, and I force him to use his knees, that's good for me. I prefer him using his knees. He's gonna be weaker, it'll be easier for me to stay in good balance, good base, because he has less leverage, he's less dangerous. Does that make sense? Okay, so keep that in mind. You're trying to walk to the leg drag, and you're also trying to make sure you're not fighting discs. How many times we're on top, we're passing, and we're like stuck in de la riva. He's using his feet, he's using the de la riva hook, he's stepping on me. Holland weave, he's stepping. Spider guard. Try to see, visualize how every time that he's able to attack, that he's in a good position, he's stepping. Even the half guard situation. Again. He's stepping me right here, or he's using his hook. Okay, so bottom line, I don't want him to do that. See how I try to stay, I like to stay on the inside of his guard, of his leg. So he's not hooking me, he's not using this leg. And on this side, we're gonna trap. Okay, so you see how now he's using his knee, he's not stepping me. Once I do that, I lock his leg in place. I like to have my head down. So on one side I have my arm blocking, on the other side I have my head. So he's pointing up. I'm gonna lift my hips, and I'm gonna walk myself around his leg. So instead of trying to grab his leg and do a leg drag, trying to muscle the position, I'm gonna just lock his leg in place, and I'm gonna walk myself to the position. Much easier, less work, less resistance from him. Okay, because every time that I pull his leg, he's gonna pull back. He's gonna resist. So we're gonna be bumping heads. Okay, I don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna go here, I lock. You can grab the other leg just so you can secure the position. You're gonna go hips up, and now you're gonna start walking yourself around the leg. And you enter your knee. So see how my knee is shelving his leg, make sure he's not moving. Okay, I'm actually controlling his hips. So if you're able to get to this position, you don't want to move too much now. He's gonna try to explode and escape. I want to stay on his hips. If you watch my fights, you'll see me in this position all the time. From top, bottom, I always end up here. and I take my time stabilizing on the hips, because normally people are trying to struggle to escape, like they don't want to give side control, they end up giving their back. So it's a very good way of, like, you know, you push your opponent to make that mistake of trying to scramble and escape, and you take the back. Okay? So one more time. Let's keep it simple. Just get to this position. Lock the top knee. Okay, you don't want to get stuck on this hook, so try to pummel this leg to the inside. Good grips so you don't get pulled into any bad position. You have to go head down and hips up. If you have head up and hips low, then you're going to be very slow. You can't walk to that side. Okay, it's hard to move. So I have to go head down and hips up. Now I can do little steps, like shuffle. Don't go too far. You're not trying to go to side control. Remember that. That's the first concept. You're trying to stay on the hips. So once I pass his foot, I just enter my knee. I want to pass over this knee shield here, and then I'm going to stabilize right here. Control his hips. Okay. So let's do that. I just want you guys to kind of like feel the position. Place yourself in that knee slide. Trap the leg. Focus on the concept of keeping the feet down, so you're not fighting against your opponent's feet. You need to be fighting against the knee shield, and then you're going to walk yourself not to side control, but to the leg drag. Okay, just go there, feel the position. We do for a few minutes. I'll bring you guys back. I add more details. I can answer some questions as well. Okay, on 3, 1, 2.